Hi guys, how you doing? My name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It is Wednesday. It's Wednesday evening. Alexa, what's the time, please?
The time is 7:44 p.m.
So it's 7:44 p.m. I've actually stayed out longer than I wanted to. I've just come back from walking my dog Max across the Rochester Riverside field. It wasn't exactly wonderful, but at least I've got myself out of this flat. So guys, when I came back this afternoon from walking my dog, I just stayed in my flat and I was watching live streams. I was watching Mr. UK TikTok official. He was near Buckingham Palace, so he was up in central London, and he had a pair of sunglasses on. He had a pair of sunglasses on. Mr. UK TikTok official had a pair of sunglasses on, and he had this big bag, a big massive bag, but I don't think he had much in it. And he was lugging this bag around London, and he was singing with the speaker to his ear. And he makes me laugh. He breaks the day up for me. Dancing and singing, it does. It breaks the day up. I'm stuck indoors all day. I don't really see and talk to anybody, and when he's dancing and singing, it brightens my day up. I'm sure it does other people as well when you're stuck indoors, and someone makes you smile and laugh because they're happy and they're dancing and whatnot. So I was watching Mr. UK TikTok, and he's got a guy helping him holding the camera, and the guy was singing over Mr. TikTok. So the guy on the camera was singing, and it sounded funny, and that was making me laugh. So he was up in London, and he was dancing around kids. So there were kids in the background. There were children. So all he was doing was dancing, but the cameraman was filming the children because Mr. TikTok didn't have the camera. The guy holding the camera was pointing the camera at the children in the background. If it had been me, I would have said, look, there's kids in the background, let's go and stand somewhere else, if it had been me. So there was various comments in Mr. UK TikTok's live stream saying, you shouldn't be filming kids, right? But the cameraman that was filming should have said that there's kids in the background and move somewhere else, basically. At some point, if you're going out filming, whether it's on a beach or you're taking photographs, you can't help but pick up what's in the background. I mean, you can't, can you? So if you're filming a little video for your beach holiday, you're bound to get kids in it at some point, because when you go to a beach, there's kids everywhere. Doesn't mean you're filming kids, does it? So people get that a lot. When people are outside filming, they get called names, but they're not filming kids. They're filming their holiday. They might be filming outside. They might be filming something else. So it's difficult. So basically, I was watching Mr. UK TikTok official in his live stream, and then I thought, right, I haven't live streamed in a while, and I haven't. Let's go and do a live stream. So I started off live streaming inside my flat, sat on a chair, and I thought, right, let's go out onto the balcony. Let's sit on the balcony, it sounds okay outside. It's cooler. Let's sit on the balcony and just sit out there. So I went out onto the balcony. I sat down on the chair. I put the camera on top of the table, and there's no kids there, is there? I'm on my own in my flat. I'm on my balcony, on my bit of balcony. So I go outside on the balcony. I water my plants. Harry and Max jump on my lap. So I've got my ginger cat jumping on my lap, my dog jumping on my lap. It's a friendly chat. It's just a friendly chat, me on my own with my dog and my cat. So it starts off okay. I'm just sat there for about an hour. 3/4 of an hour goes by, and I've just talked about, because I like Princess Diana. I showed a few pictures on my Facebook of Princess Diana because she's my favourite royal ever. And I started reading things, and then it was getting on towards the end of the live stream where someone I knew came into the live stream and started chatting to me, and I was having a conversation, and this hello beautiful, hi beautiful starts coming up, and I was just showing guys, and I'm going to speak to you as well, that I've got another channel. I've got 2 other channels on here, and I was showing people on TikTok what I look like in 2015, which is a younger version of myself. Now I've got a bit chubbier and a few wrinkles and crow's feet, but you can still see it's me, yeah? So I was pulling up these videos from 2015, and I started to get a lot of people come into the room and interact. And one of them said, "Oh, that looks like an afro." Because I had black hair in 2015. I dyed it black. And out of nowhere, this guy comes in and says, "I like the taste of redheads." And that's exactly what he said. I like the taste of redheads. I like the taste of a redhead. And of course, my mind's like, I start looking around and see who's walking up the path and what's going on. And it just felt like someone was, I don't know, it was just weird. I just didn't like the feel of it. There was someone in the live stream that I know that was talking to me and was noticing the weird behaviour of other people. The weird, disgusting behaviour of other people. And they started being nasty to the person I was talking to. The other people in the room started being nasty to the person that I was talking to. And they noticed that. And they said, "I feel sorry for you, what you have to put up with." They said if I had to put up with what you put up with, it would drive me round the bend. Well, sometimes I do feel like I'm going round the bend, but I'm glad someone else has noticed it's not me. And how other people react towards me, how they make fun of me, how they try and make out I'm a bloke when I'm a woman. Other people are noticing it now. They're noticing it. They are. This guy knows about that Charlie. I've told him about what happened with that bloke that came up on the field. And it is difficult, and I do want to move away from it. And I'm going to tell you what happened when I went outside after the live stream. Right? So I said goodbye to my friend on the live stream. And then I noticed that I thought I could smell wacky backy when I was doing the live stream. I thought I could smell a substance. And I stayed out on the balcony for about an hour and a half. When I came into the balcony, into the living room off the balcony, I almost fell over. My eyes started stinging. I felt disorientated. And I knew that I had to take my dog out for a walk afterwards. and I had to keep my sanity and not get cross and not let people get to me, so I had to hold myself together. So I splashed my face with cold water. I got dressed to take Max out for a walk. I'd eaten my dinner, which was a baked potato. So I'd had something to eat. Someone asked me if I'd eaten. Yes, I have, and had. So I walked out the front door. I went down the stairs, trying to keep myself upright and not fall over. I kept talking to myself, like, keep yourself under control. See, my eyes are stinging now. Walked out the front, walked up onto the field, and I just can't walk in peace. I cannot walk my dog in peace. So as I'm turning round onto the field, there is a guy with a blue plastic bag. I had an ex called Carl. I had an ex-partner called Carl, Carl, who used to come up to my flat with 3 bottles of cheap wine in a plastic blue bag. Right? I told this guy I didn't want to see him anymore. He was treating me like crap. And in 2016, I ended the relationship because to me it wasn't a relationship. It was one-sided. He picked me up and put me down when he felt like it. He didn't even hardly speak to me. He treated me like shit. So I ended the relationship in 2016. I haven't been able to find a decent chap since. I haven't. All my relationships after that have just been non-existent. So someone spread rumours and horrible things about me, and I'm not able to find another relationship. I don't want to go back to this guy. I ended the relationship. That's the end of it. Done and dusted. I haven't been able to find anybody since. And that's the truth. Right, so there was a bloke behind me with a blue plastic bag. I don't want to be reminded of that prick and what he did. So I turn my back and ignore it. Turn round, the bloke's gone. I get partly around the corner. There's a black dog chasing after me. Behind my back. Black dog. It's a Asian guy with black hair with a black dog. So this guy goes, and then there's another bloke with the same trousers that I've got on. They've got the same trousers on. The man has got the same quarter-length trousers on, and the blokes start a conversation with each other, and I just want to walk my dog, so I wait for them to stop chatting. Then I get onto the path, and there's a boy of about 10 or 11 cycling around the field in a yellow t-shirt. A kid, on a bicycle, on his own, riding around 3 or 4 times around the field on his own. I have to keep getting out the way to let the bicycle pass. And then when I get back on the path, the boy is round the back again, and I have to pull the dog back and put it back down on the field. And then there's 2 boats full of children. 2 boats full of kids on the river. So there's adults, but the boat's full of kids. And they're going, About 8 to 10 kids on each boat. So I've got to put up with that as well. So they're going up and down the river. Kids. As I'm walking around the field. And I'm thinking, what the fucking hell is going on here? What about kids' safety? Children's safety? There's a 10-year-old kid riding around the field on his own. There's 2 boats full of children. What the fucking hell is this? So I just calmly, try to get myself off the field. I've got 3, Also, this random bloke walks across the fields. Hello! Just shouts hello. What? Are they okay? Are they all right? So I'm walking around, he's going, hello. And that's the title of some of my videos on YouTube. That's the title of some of my little YouTube shorts. Hello. So he's wandering around the field, this fucking idiot. Hello. And then 2 other stray donkeys come across the path. And her boobs are hanging down. This woman's boobs are hanging down. She's walking bow-legged. And they're just making silly noises behind my back. 3 of them making stupid noises behind my back. What the effing hell? My tits don't sag right to the floor. And I just comes into my flat flabbergasted. I checked my mailbox. We've got junk mail. Somebody said to me they were going to the post office tomorrow, and I've got a picture of a post office box in my mailbox. I've got a picture of a Royal Mail post box in my post box. Junk mail, Royal Mail post box on a leaflet inside my post box. Someone said, I've eaten. Yeah, I've eaten. I've not eaten a feast, but I've eaten. And this goes on, doesn't it? It just goes on and on and on and on. This crazy behaviour. So I've now come into my flat, and yeah, I feel lightheaded because all I could smell on the balcony was wacky backy. That's all I could smell. And there's kids outside, just kids. There was a old male jogger, because I was talking about Mark that met me outside, that called. So when I was talking to the guy that I know on the live stream, I said, this guy came over to me and went, oi, and called me over. People started shouting, oi, off their balconies, copying what I'm saying when I'm speaking to someone in a live stream. So I had this bloke going, oi, when I was live streaming. I don't know if the live stream picked it up. They copy what I'm saying. They copy what I'm speaking, and someone went, shut up. I heard that. It's awful. And I was saying to this bloke, I don't even feel like speaking. They try and stop you from speaking because they mimic what you're saying and take the piss. They mimic what you're saying. So you feel stupid. So I went, oi. And someone went, oi. In a man's voice. And I don't know what to do, whether how to prove it, to just leave a camera rolling for about an hour so you can hear what they're all saying and doing. So people believe me. Just let the camera roll. Let me sit there, close my eyes for half an hour and just let the camera roll and pick up all the noises that they're making and what they're saying while I've just got my eyes shut. It's horrible. It's gang stalking at its worst. I was definitely followed onto the field by a group of hillbillies. I don't know what they were. Hello. I don't know what they were. The only person that lives near me is that Charlie.